Thanks for coming. So, and I think I saw one other hand. Yes. So, go ahead.
So, Rachel keeps linking, just always been interested in astronomy and want to check in.
Awesome. Thanks for coming. So diving right in, I guess next on the lineup. So, Dave, you're up with what's up in the night sky.
Is there a place I have to stand? It's, are we live? Okay. Hi, I'm Dave Warner, Colorado Springs Astronomical Society, and I have what's up for May 2016. The big thing that we have, next slide, is coming up real soon here on May 9th. We have the transit of Mercury across the sun. It only happens, the last one was about a decade ago, so they only happened in two different periods of during the course of the year. In about May and about November is when these things happen. But we've got one coming up on May 9th. It'll already be transiting the sun when at sunrise on Monday morning, and it'll take until about 12:30 in the early part of the afternoon on Monday before it exits across the disk. If you have an opportunity, we'll be set up with some of us are taking the day off to do imaging and visual observing of that on May 9th. So if you want to come out, we'll be at Palmer Park where we normally set up our star parties, which is next to off of Academy and Maysland, next to the dog park. If we miss it, or if it's cloudy, hopefully not. The next one isn't until November 2019. I'm also going to talk a little more about it. I had it for last month's presentation, but because of things that go on, we didn't give that. But there's also an Astronomical League challenge associated with that. Once again, it's a very limited opportunity to go get that challenge and get that certificate. So check that out if you're interested in completing one of those observing challenges that the Astronomical League has that you can get a certificate for. On May 22nd, we have Mars as an opposition. It's actually one of the closest oppositions that we've had in a number of years. Opposition being when it's going to be the highest point in the sky around midnight, and also when it's going to be closest. It's closest to the Earth on May 30th. That's how the map works. That while opposition is a couple of days earlier, it's actually closest to the Earth on May 30th. Great opportunity to go observe and actually see some of those surface details of Mars that you might not see in other years when we go around in our orbits and meet up. If you're an imager like I am, a good chance to go and image it while you have the opportunity. So that's coming up on May 22nd, and of course it'll be up in the sky for a while after that.
Do I dare ask if it's going to be as big as the moon?
Oh, it's definitely, yeah. I haven't seen that on Facebook.
Only if it occurs in August.
Well, on 420 it was green, so missed that one already. So, okay, next slide. So anyway, I talked a little bit already about the Mercury Transit Special Award. Just quickly on the requirements, there's a whole lot more to this. Go to the Astronomical League website, which I have listed down there, but it's easy to find. You can click on our link at the bottom of our csastro.org website. And go to the Astronomical League and go look for that. But your requirements, the basic requirements are to calculate the distance from Mercury to the Sun in astronomical units, to collect those observations, measure the parallax angle, calculate the distance between two different observing locations. So there's a couple of different opportunities you can pair up with somebody that is in another country, say Great Britain or something, that somebody has to be also being able to see the transit. You can calculate the value of the astronomical unit. So quite a lot of different calculations of science that you have to do to complete this challenge, but it's there if you want to do it, and it's something that I'm going to try to do if I can. Next slide. I just wanted to hit a couple of observing objects for the current month. Real quick, one of my favorite constellations to look at in the spring sky is the constellation Leo. When we did our star party in downtown Colorado Springs for the Pikesville Community College. This was a great one to go to. We got some galaxies there, M105, 96, and 95 down there, the little triplet. Then also M65 and 66 over there by its rear legs. And Algeba there is a little double star that you can split with a telescope. So those are some good objects to hit. Of course, Regulus there. Which is a great big, star to take a look at. So, great constellation to go kind of explore and look. And this is just a couple of the things that you can find. This is a Messier Finder chart from freestarcharts.com, I think it is. Next slide, please. And then finally, M3 is also well positioned in the sky during the spring months. It's really hard to find. Just from the sense that it's kind of in the middle of nowhere as far as, so you can go to Arcturus and then you can star hop up there to M3, and then if you have a nice finder scope, you'll be able to see it from there and be able to track on. Of course, then M64, the black eye galaxies, also down over here in Coma Bernices. So another a good spring couple of challenges to go find some beautiful objects to go see. So that's all I have for this month. We'll talk to you again next month on What's Up in the Night Sky.
Somewhere else. Somewhere else.
Okay, so next up, it's just open for observing reports. So does anybody have an observing report that they would like to discuss or present?
We did a star party. One of the star parties we do to make money for the club is at the Broadmoor. We get hired by a thing called the Direct Services Corporation, DSC, and they give the club $500 for 2 telescopes. So Jim was a great help. We showed up and they said, we're going to set up right next to the mechanical bull. But what we discovered is it's a lot of middle-aged people, so the fascination of the bull waned, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good night. We had almost a full moon. We had Jupiter, but we both were using our C8s, and I was able to get M82 and show people another galaxy. So it went really well for the club. So it was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of people go wow with big glasses of alcohol right next to our scopes.
Always a good combination.
Yeah, what's going on? Good. Oh, I should also say, observing reports, it overlaps outreach, is the space symposium. Tucson and Bruce and I were there, and Bill and I looked through my telescope, which was kind of fun. And we had decent observing. And then the next night, Bob was there, I was there, Jason, and
Jim, you're on.
Jim was, yeah. How quickly I forget. I just was praising you, and now you're just gone from my mind. And we had hundreds of people at the Space Company. It's amazing to me how many full-time space professionals have never looked through a telescope. At one point, I was showing Jupiter to a woman from the European Space Agency. She had never seen Jupiter. I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm working on the Europa mission." Yeah, Europa's the 3rd one up. Wow. So I think we did the club some good, and it was a good night all around.
I think the lighting on that side of our planet is bad.
Yeah. Well, she was German, so.
There's a lot of people coming through from the Juno project.
Yes, a lot of Juno folks.
Just about to reach there in July. And there was I didn't catch his name, didn't ask where he was, but he said he was from the UK Space Agency.
Yeah.
He hung out for half an hour.
Yeah, he spent a half an hour last year at my scope. He's a very nice fellow.
Yeah, I took the 20-inch down, and lots of people liked looking through that.
Yeah, he set up his 20 right next to my 8, and many comments were made. The word inadequacy was often people's tongues. My word that I used was compensating, but that's a different issue.
But he was pretty excited that the skies were actually clear.
Yeah, because he was from England.
Yeah.
And then one of the philologists mentioned who spent a half an hour at our scopes, a guy named Ed Brown, who's a very nice man, and it turns out he is the deputy administrator of NASA in charge of all education. and got to exchange cards. Turns out a guy I taught with at the Air Force Academy is one of his historians. We know each other real well. He said, I bet we can be some help to your club. The
Yes.
guy in charge of all NASA education efforts and all their goodies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I said he could probably help. So
We're gonna massage that whole relationship real
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yep. So that's what we did.
Oh, are we gonna continue with more of the outreach?
No, just observing.
Oh, okay,
reports.
just observing reports, okay.
So, go ahead.
I did see Saturday night, a big bright star, but it was on stage. George Benson, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, third magnitude, fourth magnitude.
In Laughlin, Nevada.
Yeah.
Split.
Was it good
I've
scene?
seen Saturn a couple of times. It's coming. So
All right.
Yeah.
Saturday wires were out there yesterday morning.
yeah.
Cool.
What is this weird?
It's awful to wake up at 4.
Still was much.
All right, any other observing reports?
I'll say ours. This is, and again, is supportive outreach. Unfortunately, it seems like any time that I'm not doing outreach, it's cloudy. Palmer,
Thanks, Dave.
Lewis Palmer High School, I think it was. We went up there and shot through sucker hole.